Hello, welcome to another session of Wakasm Plays Dangerous Space Solo. And hello, I am Wakasm. How are you doing today? So today will be the fourth mission type. I've played 3 of the mission types so far. We played first a Retrieve the Data mission. This one was kind of out of the core set because I didn't realize that I was playing that out of the core set the first time I recorded. Then we did a core mission, a rescue mission. We succeeded. We did a core mission, which was a boss, the Adapting Brawler. We succeeded with that. So today we are going to try Signal's real name, Joseph Wheeler. Apparently I have misspelt his name in my little completionist matrix that I have going on here. But yeah, we are going to see if we can succeed today or not. Win or fail, success or fail. We'll probably move on to another character in combination next time I record. But yeah, if you are new to this channel, I do a lot of solo play sessions, a lot of roll and writes. I've been doing more tabletop stuff in some of my other videos. Right now, I have a current goal to hit 100 subscribers. So if you are just discovering this channel for the first time, please hit subscribe. It helps a lot. YouTube seems to want me to hit 300 subscribers before I can really do live streamy stuff, so that's my goal. I'd rather do it on YouTube than Twitch, but I can't really do it unless I get the 300 subscribers, so we're starting with 100 subscribers and taking it one step at a time. Other stuff, I do make rules mistakes. I don't really edit them out. This is not a scripted teach. This is just me playing a game. Maybe one day I will do scripted teaches, but I tend to just teach as I play. It's just kind of how my style is, which means everything you see here I'm doing in real time, but I usually don't edit them out either. So usually I'll leave a comment or something if I make an egregious mistake, but I try to play by the rules. Again, I can make rules mistakes. I know some people who watch want perfect gameplay, but I think most board game YouTubers do not do perfect gameplay, at least a lot of the ones that I watch. So at least I am part of a crowd there, but it is what it is. Anyway, we are going to get started with this mission. So let me switch over to who we are playing as today. So today we are playing as Joseph Weaver, call sign Signal. And we seem to have a lot of skills and powers that we kind of need to go over. So we're going to do that first. So let's see here. Let me make sure my setup is correct. All right. So to start the game, we have to pick a power, and he has some unique skills. He has 1 power hacker, which immediately lets him immediately unlock a gear. You may skip a tech level when unlocking, which is pretty good. I'll probably take that early on to jump up whatever tree I don't choose first. He also has shortcut. Ignore all instances of the highest value in your path when calculating time. So far, time has not been a problem in my plays, so I may not go for that, but it is unique at least. I'm hoping that future sets, future adventures, I don't know how they're labeling it, do more with time. But my one issue with time is they seem to make time attached to the character itself and not the ship. I kind of wish time was attached to the ship, because I think they could do more interesting things if, like, you know, they can make more challenging ships where you have a lot less time as opposed to attaching it to the character. But I don't know. I'm assuming there'll be characters with less time, but then, you know, you'd want this power on a character with less time. And I don't know. I haven't really looked forward that much to see what they're doing with the future year-long stuff that they're doing. I'll just keep playing them if you guys like them. So far, I've been getting good comments from people privately that I'm doing at least an okay job. So I'll keep playing until, you know, I either get extremely bored with the game or nobody comments or tells me I'm doing an okay job. So please, if you want to see more of this, comment. I'd appreciate it. It helps me a lot. Even 1 or 2 comments kind of keeps me going. So anyway, other stuff that's here. This character does have a lot of movement. We're probably going to be taking this first. And in fact, I think I'm just going to circle this right now. We are going to take this as our first upgrade that we start with. I think diagonal movement in this game is very key to victory, and I will always take it first unless I see some power that's even better. Their shooting powers are pretty good too. We have range, we have rerolls, we have ammo, which lets you reroll dice you've already used. So that can kind of give you longer turns. I think you can only use it once per turn, but it means I can like hold on to a 1 and use that to defend with and then re-roll it. So it gives you more options. And then we saw this last time. I forget what this is called. It's probably going to scroll up on the screen right now. But what it does, it lets you shoot to the other side of enemies. So in this map, we have a bunch of vigilant hunters that this might be worth getting. So I'm not sure which one of these 2 upgrades. It's called guided. There you go. It's on the screen. I see it scrolling up right now. You probably see it too. I'm trying to point to the right. There, over there. There you go. It's over there. Yeah, so I'm not sure from which one of these I'm going to go through. This is probably the first character that I actually think there's actual viable choice between the 2. And then also this character has dodge, which I don't think we've seen yet. And dodge basically means that anytime the alert roll when you step onto a dangerous space doesn't trigger, you dodge and you can kind of like move to the next space and kind of like, I don't know, kind of like dodge rolling. If you want to, it can save you some rolls, but I don't know. I don't think it's that good. It's probably better. It's probably really good if you have a 1 in your dice pool because you can just kind of keep rolling and then use your 1 to shield on a damage. That's probably the only use case I really see for it. And then it's furthest tech tree here is also not that great. You can either get a key card or you can get a grenade. The grenades are pretty good, but also weird against the vigilant hunters because you cannot they cannot be attacked with odd numbers, and you use a 5 with grenades, so you can't use grenades on the 1 enemy here that it'd be useful for. So again, I don't think we'll be taking this, and getting the key card just saves me a few spots in this game. That's not really something you have to worry about. There's no mechanic that makes time go by unless you use, bad placing with your dice rolls. So yeah, but I don't think we're gonna be doing these. Definitely gonna be doing more on the. We might get this dodge, but we're definitely gonna be getting the top tree, probably the shoot tree first, which means we're probably going to get hacker first. So yeah, that is Joseph Weaver's kit. He's got what, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 28 times. So again, I don't really feel like time's going to be a big issue for this playthrough, but we'll see. His personnel file says Joe's the sleeper threat. Sure, he's trained in typical combat, but it's his tablet that's his true weapon, which, isn't that true for all of us. All right, so let us get to the game, I guess. I can move 2 diagonally. Whoops, I probably should have done this when I was describing all that, but yeah, this is what we're going for. We're getting this one right here. All right, let's get started. This is what I meant to do. So again, we're on the ESS Oathbound, so I've played on the ship a few times. I'm pretty familiar with it. We have the clever pirates again, which if you mark spaces diagonal, which is easy to forget. I might have forgotten it in one of my past playthroughs. Again, the items in this playthrough really aren't that critical, so other than the health usually. So if you forget, there's a bunch of items you could cross out that really won't affect your gameplay too much. Usually this first one that you got to worry about. The other ones are pretty easy to ignore their diagonal spaces, but they activate on 5s. That's when they do damage, and their activation threat in dangerous spaces are 4s or better. So having a dodge roll, like here, for instance, you could dodge roll through a lot of that if you roll low, but if you've watched any of my previous plays, I don't know, you tend to roll high on the react checks. So we shall see what happens there. So, yep, I'm going to be starting in the mess hall again. I could start down in engineering if we want to, but there is this extra dice right here, which is really appealing. It's pretty easy to get to. The only really hard part about starting in the med lab is you gotta not mess up this area. Otherwise, you can get some lost time there and make it kind of hard to keep a sequential path down to the other checkpoint. But we've done it a few times, so unless rolls are really bad, we'll do it again. So we are going to be starting here in the med lab, which means that these are closed off to us, which also means that this guy right here is activated for this first roll. And we are just going to get started and see how this goes. One other thing, we should probably talk about the mission. This mission, we have to get all the objectives like we normally do, all these checkpoints like we normally have to do, and we have to escape, and all the paths have to be sequential, or you want them to be sequential. But we got to talk about the Commandeer part of this. This is the new 4th mission type. I don't know if there's other mission types for the year-long stuff, but this is the 4 mission types that are in the core set. This one does look like, this mission looks like it's going to be the hardest out of the 4 basic ones, solely because we have a lot of these guys to contend with, and you know, they can hurt, especially these 2 here with their placement. But that's kind of independent of the mission type. The mission type is basically we just have to go around and we have to kind of activate all these levers. We activate them just like normal. We have to put numbers next to them. But basically, once we do that, this lever becomes like a 2 lever, and it means that we have to get a 2 in one of these spots. And then this lever is the same thing. Let's say I put 3s here. This is going to become a 3. I mean, again, you don't have to write it in, but I'll probably write it in just to remind myself, which means that one of these has to be a 3 in order to be able to leave. And basically have to hit all 4 levers and then match the numbers in these 4 spaces based on what we did around the map. I'm less worried about this mechanic. This is kind of, I don't know, I feel like it is what it is. I'm more worried about the enemies, so we'll see what happens. Maybe it will be harder than it seems. I don't know. But that is what's going on for this one. So we kind of forgot to talk about that. Now I did. So we are going to do our first roll and get started, and hopefully we can get this game under an hour because I talk a lot, which I apologize for. So we're going to do the first roll, and this first roll we got a 2 and a 2. So the clever pirates do not activate. So I have low numbers to work with. This is a pretty good start. So I think the first thing we are just going to do is we are going to put a 2 right here, and that's going to trigger a react check. So let's zoom down here and roll the react check dice. And again, they activate on 4s or higher. So that is a 4. So I'm going to be taking a damage. I don't have anything to prevent the damage. So kind of is how it goes in this game. It is a little bit random in that regard, especially early on. You can just take a lot of damage and not really have any way to deal with that. So we're just going to track it with red dots. Right now I die here. I die when I get to this piece, but as we get more health vials, I can extend my life. But that is it for that react check. And then I have another 2 to spend. So I'm just going to spend my other 2, and I'm going to go diagonal to this space right here. And that's going to put us in position to kill off this clever pirate and get us into kind of a safer space. But it is another react check, so let's just see if we get unlucky with that. And like I said, I feel like this app rolls really high in react checks all the time, but not in this case. I dodge, so I take no damage from that react check, and that is it for the first turn. So we are just going to re-roll. All right, so we have a 6 and we have a 5. So a 5 means the clever pirate is going to activate this time, and I'm going to be taking 1 damage. They do 1 damage. You can kind of see it all laid out right here. Whoops, that was kind of too much. They activate on 5s. They do 1 damage. I can hit them with 3s or higher, and they have 2 hit points, but you can kind of see on the map how many hit points they have with the circles. And again, this is the react check. I take damage on 4s or higher, just in case you are new and don't know the rules. That's how it works. So because I rolled a 5 and a 6, we can damage them twice right away, and that's what we're going to do. We're going to mark right up in here, boom boom, and that is going to make them no longer active. So we're just going to mark a little X over them. That's it for this first room. MedLab, the threats are taken care of, so now I just have to work on my dice rolls and see if I can get to this first checkpoint and do it in a low timed fashion. All right, so we have a 3 and a 5. A 3 is not too bad. The 5 is not too good. So let us see what we can do with these. I think we're just going to go for this checkpoint first, and we're going to do a 3, and we are going to dump the 5. Where do we want to dump this 5? Let us dump the 5 right here. Actually, this is different. Can we go through? We can go through this after we claim it, but if I did not have diagonal, I would need to move 2 to go through it, but only after the item's been claimed or the lever's been claimed. I believe that's how that works. I'm pretty sure you can go through claimed items or like stuff that you can circle, but only after you claim it. So this is kind of a roadblock I wasn't really thinking about. Otherwise, I'd have to go all the way down here, up and around to get to this one. That's just something to think of. Also, this is a trap. These only activate on even numbers, if I remember correctly. I think I'm playing that right. Again, we can look at our scrolly. Poisonous gas. Take 1 damage if you mark the space with an even number. So that's why we're putting the 5 there, which we can do, no problem. But what did I want to say? So I just have to pay attention to what I put here and here, because I can't go this way at will anymore. I have to put 2 matching numbers, and that could affect my pathing a little bit. Not a lot of space in this whole area to work with early on. So anyway, that's my 2 dice. We did the 3, we did the 5. So let's roll again. Another 3 and another 5. So we don't love that. So what do I want to do with these numbers is the real question. I think we're going to do this. I think we're going to put the 3 here and the 5 here. This way we can connect a good number this way with the 3. Just have to connect all this. This is an odd, so I don't take any damage here. And it means that I can dump another 5 up here to get this little health thing. Assuming that I don't, that I'm going to roll more 5s. Don't know if I will, but we'll see. All right, so we have a 3 and a 2. These are good numbers. We want 1, 2s, and 3s for the next 10 rolls. I think all we're going to do is we are going to do a 2 and a 3 like this. And that means we are going to be getting to this checkpoint right here. And that is going to, at the end of the turn, which is now, give us an extra dice to use. And we are also going to be able to upgrade. And we, like we said before, we are going to take this hacker ability, immediately unlock a gear. You may skip 1 tech level when unlocking. So I don't see why we wouldn't do one of these, which are really strong. I just don't know if I want to take the ammo. I have not used the ammo yet. I have used this, and it has been kind of useful. For instance, it's very useful on 1 to 4 of the enemies. It can save a lot of space and time. But I think for the sake of experimenting, we are going to we're going to see if this means anything, if this is helpful or not. I assume it will be, because it means I'm rolling less black evil dice, potentially. Because again, let's just double check the wording on the ruling. But I believe it basically, let's cross this out. And I guess we'll cross this out because we skipped it. But I think that's how this works. If you unlock a gear, you may skip 1 tech level when unlocking, right? So I go from here, skip this, go from here. That's my interpretation. If I've misinterpreted that, then let me know. But anyway, let us look at this scrolling icon reference to make sure that ammo is what I said it is. And gonna show up eventually. Shoot. Reload. Ammo. Reroll an activated good die and reuse it this turn once per turn. Okay, there we go. So it is what I said. So let us get back to the game. I now have an extra good die to use. I'm still on 1 black die. I gave we forgot to do one other thing. There's one other thing that we typically do. We tend to highlight our path. So we are going from here down to here, 2, 3, 2, 3. That is a sequential path, which means that I also, and I always forget to do this because again, I feel like the time is kind of irrelevant most of the time, but I'm supposed to mark 3 times because my highest dice in that path is a 3. Yeah. Okay. I think that is all the upkeep that I need to worry about. Let us roll for the next turn. We have a 1, 2, and 3, low numbers. This is what we want. So we are going to maximize this the best that we can. So step 1, we are going to put a 3, and that means we're going to get this. And you know what? I'm going to do it like this. I'm just going to put a 3 up here to remind us that one of the 4 combinations that we need in the Commandeer room is okay. I guess they actually want us to put it down here, but it's easier for me to see up here. I guess what I'm supposed to actually do is the following. I think I'm supposed to do this. I think that's what I'm supposed to do, but I'm going to put it up there too because it's easier for me to see, so you can when you do it yourself. Now again, I don't know what happens if we have a character that can't move diagonally or can't skip spaces, but this character can. You know, if I had the move 1 ability, I might be stuck and not able to get through this, but we can move 2 and we can move diagonal, which I didn't even use the 2 yet. I don't think. I've just been kind of moving diagonal 1. Diagonal 1 is very strong. You can go very far with diagonal 1. We can go 2, so that's something to remember as well. Anyway, I used the 3. I got to now use the 1 and the 2, and I think we are going to put a 1 here. Oh, we are not going to put a 1 there. We are going to put a 2 and a 1 here, because we want to just get this path going nicely. Even though the 2 and the 1's going to help me coming down here and going this way, we just want to get this done so we have more places to dump numbers that we don't like. So since I have the ammo now, I can now re-roll a white dice. So let's do that. And I rolled a 3. 3 is not bad for our purposes. We're going to put a 3 in this space. That takes care of all of these poisonous gases, so we're not going to take any damage from them. And then that is it for this turn. And now we're going to re-roll. Alright, so we have a 1, a 1, and a 6. I can re-roll this 6, so we're going to do that. We got a 1, a 1, a 1. That's a lot of 1s. I feel like now would be the time to try to use these 1s to go up this path, but because then I could defend if I need to, but we are not going to do that, I don't think yet. I think we are going to erase some stuff first. What did I do here? Yeah. So another thing I realized is that we can't actually get to this checkpoint. We can't actually get to this checkpoint going this way like we normally do. So I do have to focus going downwards a little bit because we can't connect these numbers. So I can go this way, but I can't get the checkpoint. So I think we are going to start prepping our way down by putting a 1 here, a 1 here. That's 2 of our 1s. I've already used my re-roll, so if I roll, I'll probably roll again anyway. So when you put in this hallway right here, this room does not get activated. So we're going to wait a turn to put any dice in here, and then we're going to try to Zerg this Vigilant Hunter the best that we can. But I think I want to try to get at least 1 health thing first. So I think we're going to put the other 1 up here. Kind of gives us what we're looking for a decent path, for a sequential path out. Lets us maybe put a 2 or a 1 here to get this health. And then we are going to re-roll. We're going to use this, and then we're going to re-roll this 1 dice because I can use my ammo to do so. And I got a 2. So that is going to give us a 2 right here, which is going to give us this health, which we are then going to just remind ourselves that we have it up here. We're going to fill this up, underline it, so we now have 4 more health to work with in case things get dicey. And that is it for this round. We'll roll again. A 5, a 1, a 2. So we want this 5. Normally we wouldn't want this 5, but the 5 is going to get us this other health right here. So we're just going to go diagonally up and grab this. And that's just going to give us the next health, which is right here. We have another 4 to work with. Okay, so our health is doing good. We have a 1 and a 2 to use, and I can re-roll this 5, which I might as well just do. That's with the ammo, and it's a 2, so we're probably going to keep it. So now we got to make the decision which direction we want to go, and I think we will just we're going to do this. We're going to prep all of this for the next turn. Actually, you know what? No, we're gonna Zerg in there right now. No, we're not gonna Zerg in there right now. We're gonna prep it for Zerging next turn. We're gonna do a 2. Actually, a 2. Yeah, a 2, and then we'll do another a 2, a 1, and a 2 up here. Since we can't connect it this way, we don't really care about connecting this 3 and this 5. So all this is spaces we can put rolls we don't like anymore. So that's it. That's our 2, our 1, and our 2. And that means we're still only rolling these dice. And the next turn is when that Vigilant Hunter is going to activate. So let us roll again. A 1, a 4, and a 1. Kind of an interesting roll. So the Vigilant Hunter, let's read what the Vigilant Hunter is again. They're shielded. They cannot be attacked with an odd number. They activate on 4s or higher, and they do 2 damage. That's why we don't like them, because they hurt. And if their attack trigger is a 6, there's 1 extra point for the round, which is always annoying. You get those 6s, and we don't have any ways to reroll any evil black dice this game, so that's always a problem. But they can be damaged with 4s and 6s because they cannot be attacked with odd numbers. So we cannot use 5s to attack them. So with this 1-1-4 setup that I have, I can just go attack him for 1-1, which is what I might do. Yeah, the other choice is I could try to get the other checkpoint with this roll. I could reroll that 4 and try to get like a 1 or a 2, but I think I'm gonna do this. And then I also might just keep one of the ones. Well, actually, I can't keep one of the ones to block with. So anyway, let's use the numbers. So I have, just a reminder, I have a 1, a 4, and a 1. So we are going to go diagonally 1 here and another 1 right here. And this is going to activate his alert check. So that's a 1 and a 1 that's used. So let's do that. And he activates on 5s or higher on this react check. So I take a damage if this is a 5 or higher. And it is a 5, so I'm going to take 1 point of damage. Can't control that. I could re-roll this 1 to try to get a 1 back, but yeah, I'm going to do that, actually. Let's just re-roll this 1 with my ammo. I did not get a 1, which is fine, but I do have another 4 to use, so maybe we'll figure out how to use that this turn. So I got to take the 1 point of damage. So we're going to go back up here. I'm now at another point of damage. Why did I think I had 1 more point of damage? Oh well, okay. Hopefully I didn't cheat. I don't think I cheated, but if I did, let me know. So we have 2 4s to use. We are just going to simply put another 4 here, like so. And we can do that because we have diagonal. That's fine. It is going to be another react check though. A 2. I take no damage for that react check, so I dodge out of the way. And then for this last 4, we are going to do 1 point of damage. So let's do that. We're going to come over here and we're just going to shoot, I guess, right here. It doesn't really matter which one. And that is it for this turn. So now we are inside the workshopping quarters. So because we are in the workshop quarters, we're going to be rolling 2 black evil dice that we cannot re-roll now. So that's important. But this Vigilant Hunter only has 2 health left. And then we'll be in a good spot again. Or I could try to Zerg this checkpoint here and get an extra good dice to even try to power through it even more. So let's see how this roll goes, and then we'll decide what we want to do. Oof, so we got a 6, but we have a 1. So this is going to be kind of a wash. So the 6 means that, well, the 4 or the 6 means the Vigilant Hunter is going to activate. But because they have a 6, I'm taking 3 points of damage. But I have a 1, which I can use to shield myself, which means I'm going to take 1 less point of damage. So if we look at my, to remind you how shields work, you can defend with 1s. That's what this says right here. And defend is just basically anytime you take a point of damage, you can block it. So I'd be taking 3 points of damage, but because I can defend once, I'm going to take 2 points of damage. So that puts us in a good position right there. We don't love the damage that we're taking, but that's what we're doing. We're taking damage. So 2 points of damage. But lucky for us, we have a 6 and a 4 to use now. When they roll high, it's also, sometimes bad for them, because if you're in a good enough position, you can just retaliate back, and that's what we're going to do this turn. We are going to have to take 1 react check to do this. So we're going to use this 2 that we have. Actually, we're going to re-roll this 1 first. So we use the 1 for defense. We're going to re-roll it using ammo. We got a 5. Now we're going to re-roll it using our 1 free white dice re-roll to see if we can get something lower, like a 1. We didn't get a 1, that's fine. The 6 and the 4, which is all we need for what we want to do. So we are going to use this 3, and we are going to write it in diagonally south right here. And that means we're going to take another react check roll, which is fine. I feel like we will not take damage. I feel like luck is on our side. We rolled a 1, which is less than a 5. And again, we need a reminder. These are all the Vigilant Hunter stats right here. This is the check that's on the react. Every time you jump into a dangerous space, you need a 5 or better for them to do damage. So Vigilant Hunter does a lot more damage on alert checks and a lot less damage on react checks because it's a harder roll. All right, so we did that. Didn't take damage. We're going to use our 6 and our 4 to shoot. Means we're going to pew pew. Lots of pew pews in this game. We have hawk rifles, so we're definitely pew pewing. And you know, we can technically fight from further away. We actually have a range of 2 now, but so far range hasn't really been that impactful for me as well. I tend to just get real close and shoot, like in this case. But we're going to use both those dice to shoot, which means that this guy is no more, and we are down 1 less Vigilant Hunter, which means that at least until I leave this room, all the evil dice do nothing again. Bad evil dice. We still have a 2 to spend, so we are going to spend it by just continuing our way down here to get to this other dice checkpoint. And that is it for the turn. We are now going to roll, and nothing here can hurt us. These can just be annoying. Let's re-roll the 6. I got a 6 back. So I can't get to the checkpoint. Well, I might be able to get to the checkpoint. Let's see what we can do. Well, let's use the 6 first. And let's dump it somewhere. Where do we want to dump it? We are going to use our range 2. We haven't used our range 2 at all yet this game. To skip this space right here, and we're going to put the 6 right next to this key card so that we potentially, we've activated one side of it. But we can dump another 6 here later to get the other one. That's going to let me re-roll this with my ammo. Do it once per turn. So maybe I can get I want a 2 or 1 is what I'm hoping for. I got the 1, so that's good. We're going to use both these ones right now. And we are going to come down here. And that is going to get us to, we'll use orange this time. Let me zoom out a little bit. What I want to do. Going to let us connect this checkpoint 3 2 1 1 1 2 1 1 with a continuous path, and that means at the end of the turn we're going to get another upgrade, and we will get an extra good die to use, which is good. We've already used our ammo, we've already used our reroll, so now we just have to use what dice we have left. We have a 3 and a 5 to use. We also have a good path going this way, so we need a 2 here, so we're not going to write anything down there. I almost forgot about that. That could have been bad. So we are going to put a 3 and a 5 all the way over here. We're going to shoot over a space with the 5. This way we can get closer to this health. And that is it for the turn, all the dice. So we're going to get our extra good dice now. We're going to roll and see if we get what we need. So we got no 6s, so we don't get that key card. We did get another 1, so let's use that 1 right now and put it underneath this syringe. And I always forget what the different syringes do, so let us check our scrolling icon reference. As you can see, it says aggression booster, use it to increase the die value by 2. So that's what that one does. The blue one is the focus booster, which used to increase or decrease the die value by 1. I feel like those are a little bit more useful, but the aggression booster is good for attacking, so we'll see how that goes. All right, so we used the 1. Let's use our ammo to re-roll this now. We got a 3. Let's re-roll this 5 with our white die re-roll. We got a 5 back, so this is what we're stuck with now for the rest of the turn. So I think what we are going to do is we're going to use the 2 5s down here. We're gonna shoot over here, and we're gonna go right here, and that's gonna get us this health. Now we don't have to worry about that health grade anymore, which means we're one more health grade away to being maxed out. And then that was the 2 5s, right? So we have a 1, a 2, and a 3. And I think we're just going to do the smart thing here, and we're gonna start making our way 2, 3, and keeping our sequential path moving along so we can get to this checkpoint. Oh, and we forgot to give ourselves an upgrade. So we are gonna take this one. We still have a 1 defense, but now we get this dodge ability right here, which is pretty good. And then I'll probably take this one next, and then maybe shortcut last. Oh, and then that's the other thing. I always forget to do it. We forgot to do our time. Time is just always something that I forget to do. So our highest dice when we connected the checkpoints were 3. So 1, 2, 3. There we go. All right. So 6th time, 2 checkpoints connected. We are all cut up there. We used our 1, 2, and 3. We are not in any new rooms yet, so we are safe. Okay, so we have a 1, 3, 5, 6, and a 4. We are going to use this 6 to get our pass key. Let's get that taken care of. We are going to use our 3 to get into this hallway right here. So nothing is activated yet. This guy is not activated unless I go into this room this turn, which I'm not going to do. I'm just going to use my dice. How am I to use my dice? Let's see. I am going to first, well, maybe I actually, well, let's see what I roll. I'm going to use my ammo to re-roll this white dice. I got a 3 again. Let's see, what do I want to do? You know what? Let's just do it. Let's just zerg this room and get it over with. We will use this 3 to connect this checkpoint. That is going to give us this one right here. And let's zoom out. We'll use pink again. So if we look here, we have a 3, 3, 3, 2, 1, 1, 1, and then it connects to this one or this one. So that is sequential, whichever direction we decide to go. So we're going to get another skill gear upgrade at the end of the turn. Then I used my ammo already. So what we're going to do next is we're going to use this 1, and we are going to jump all the way into this box right here. We're going to use our diagonal 2 down to jump into this box. Actually, you know what? Let's do it the smart way. We're going to keep our 1. We're going to jump all the way down here with our 4. This way, if this react check goes poorly, which is a 4 or better, I can block it with my 1. And it did go poorly, so I'm going to use my my armor to defend with a 1. And I'm going to use my 6 to shoot this guy once. I think that's what we're going to do. Use my 5 to shoot this guy once. Right here. And that is all the dice. This guy is activated now. So if I roll a 5 or higher, he will do damage to me unless I have a 1 to use. 3s are 3s, so not 5 or higher, so I'm not taking any damage. So this one's going to be pretty straightforward. We are simply going to go diagonal into his space with this 3. And let's see what the react check is. This time I think we'll just take the damage. But I don't take damage because it's a 1. So we're going to use this 6 to pew him. So now the threat for this room is done with. We don't have to worry about them. So now we just have to use our dice to connect everything. We're going to use the 2 and the 3 to go this way. 2, 3, and this 5 we will jump down here and put it into this gas pool so we take no damage. And this way we can get this syringe down here if we need to. Let's roll again. We got a 1, 2, 3, 5, 1. So this one's again pretty easy. We're going to do a 3 here. Keep this connection going. We are going to put a 1. You know what? No, we're gonna go for 3s. We're gonna do a 2, 1, 1. What am I doing? 2, 1, 1. And we're gonna put this 5 into this pool down here. And 3, 3, 3, 2, 1, 1. Okay, so we have, and then let's re-roll with ammo. A 4. Let's re-roll that again. It's probably slower. A 6. So let's just dump this 6 down here. Boom. So a 1, a 1, a 2, a 4, and a 6. So we're just going to go around this corner like this. 1, 1. That means we've unlocked this with a 1. I kind of wish I did a 3 there, but I didn't get those dice. So a 1 and a 1, which means that we'll put a 1 up here to remind ourselves. We need a 1, and we will also do the right thing and put it down here to remind ourselves. Then what do we have left? We have a 6, a 2, and a 4. Well, the 2 is easy. The 2 is just going to go here. Well, let's put the 4 here. And let us put the 6 over here. And then let us re-roll one of these dice. Let's re-roll this one. 4. We'll use that 4 right now to get this syringe, which I forgot what this one is now. So let's go back to our scrolling icon reference. While that scrolls, I'll start my dice rolling, and then I'll switch back. I probably should make that scroll a little bit faster. Items, there we go. Health booster, we got those. Which one is the lightning? Agility, used to ignore one marked space in your sequential path when calculating. Okay, so that's if you have to put like a high number down. It matters. We also, again, forgot to give ourselves an upgrade, which I think we were gonna give ourselves this one. This will let me add +1 to some of my white dice, which will be pretty useful. So yeah, so far I'm feeling pretty good. Things are going. This is a door. We need that key card, which we have over here with the 6s to be able to get through and put a number on. So that's what that is. I rolled a 4, a 2, a 4, a 4, and a 1. So we are simply going to put a 2 here. We have to do something with this 1. We're going to put the 1 over here. And that's going to give us this other control point, which is going to be another 1. And we'll just write it down here. Again, my head's in the way, so that's why we're doing it this way. And now I have a bunch of 4s, which these 4s are not really helpful. I could go in this room right now with the 4 and do some stuff, but we're not. I think we're just going to do this. We're just going to dump all these 4s right here. 4. And let's just do a full reroll and get into that room with some better rolls. Ooh, double 6s. That could have been bad if we had some Vigilant Hunters active, but we do not. All right. So we can get into that room with what we have. Problem is don't love these dice rolls again. So I want to delay. I mean, I don't need to delay. I can use these dice to do some stuff here. Because we only have to connect up. So I just need either the 3. Yeah, okay, that's what we're going to do. We're going to put a 3 here. And that's going to activate this guy for the next roll. And I'm going to re-roll this immediately. See what we get. 2. Okay, so we have a 1. We have a 2. I'm going to put this 5. Which is going to activate his... Actually, no, we're going to put... Yeah, we're going to put the 5 there to activate his reaction check. Well, let's do that first. And it is a 5. A 5 would do damage to me, so we're going to spend this 1 to block that. And then we're going to spend a 6 to do some damage. So let's go back up here. And we're going to do 1 damage. That's 6. And then we are going to use this 2 to connect this path. And you know what? We're going to make that a 3. It doesn't really matter, but I can add +1 with my new ability on my gear. So I might as well use it. I like the 3 better there. It just looks better. So that means we have a sequential path. Let's do orange again. From this checkpoint, 3, 3, 3, 2, 1, 1, 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3 to here, which means we are now going to get another upgrade at the end of the turn. And then we have a 6 to use, and we're just going to use this 6 to grab this syringe down here that we don't have yet. And we have not marked in any diagonal spaces with the clever pirates, so we're good there. And now we're going to roll. We're going to start a new roll. they will do an attack trigger on 4s or better, which they do. So I am going to re-roll. I'm going to re-roll this 2 to see if I can get a 1 to block. I only have 1 re-roll, so I cannot block this damage. So I'm going to take 2 damage because there are 2 pirates in this room that are activated. So we're going to take 2 damage from that. They're getting their revenge on me, but I don't think they're going to be around for much longer. So we'll see how much of this we can mitigate. What do I want to do now? So I have all these dice. So I think we're just going to make our way up and around. I don't really need to care about a sequential path going this way. So let's just do it the fastest way possible. We're going to use this 3 here, and we are going to shoot up this spot right here, going diagonally this way, and that's going to be an activation trigger. So let's do that, or a react trigger, sorry. And that's a 2, so I take no damage. We're getting pretty close to the 1 hour mark here. I apologize. Again, this game can be played faster. Then we're going to shoot over here with a 4, and then we're going to shoot up here. How do I want to do this? With a 5, and then a 5, and then a 6 right here. And we're going to take another react trigger from all that. So let's do that. 6. I can reactivate one of these. I did not get a 1. I can't reroll anymore, so I'm taking 1 point of damage. So hopefully that's all the damage we're taking, but I do have another 6 now, or a 5, so I'm going to use that to just do 1 point of damage to this guy. And I probably could have done that smarter. I probably could have come down this way and taken out this guy, but I don't know. I felt better doing it this way. Not the most strategic way, but it is what we're doing. Okay, so that is it. We're going to re-roll now. We have a 4. They do not activate on 4s, so I'm taking no damage from their attack trigger, which means that I just have to worry about their activations. I have a 1 to use for defense, so let's take care of that first. We're going to use this 3, jump down into this space right here, and then we're going to use this 5 or this 4 because they have a defense of 3 to do 1 more damage to this clever pirate. And that means this clever pirate is done. See you later, Mr. Clever Pirate. There was a react check that I needed to do for that. And it's a 2, so I'm safe. And then since he is done, I can actually skip this space now. So we're going to do that with a 4. And then we are going to use this 5 to get into here. I cannot go diagonal for this one. I have to go into this 5 space first. And we're going to do a react check. It is a 6. So we're going to use this 1 to block that. And then we can't dodge because they rolled a 6. And that's it. So we're going to roll again. And they did roll a 5. So I'm going to re-roll one of these 3s to see if I can get a 1. I did not, so I am taking 1 point of damage. Kind of took a lot of damage, but I think we'll be okay. There's also 1 more health syringe out there that we can potentially get. So where's the damage? There we go. So I have 10 more health that I can take. But luckily, we do not really have to worry about much more damage from this guy. Actually, we don't have to worry about anything at all. I always forget that I have range when I attack, but this is a case I'm not going to forget it. We're going to use this 5 right here, and we're just going to shoot from a distance here, 2, and we're going to take care of this guy. Kind of forgot about range. That might have changed things a little bit. Not a big deal. Actually, we're not going to use the 5 for that. We're going to use the 6. It doesn't really matter which one I use, but yeah, that's how we're going to do it. The reason why we switch that up is because then I can use the 5 right here. And I can grab this last lever for the key code. So that's going to be a 4. Sorry, that's going to be a 5. We'll do it down here. So our final combination has to be 3115. All those numbers have to be in these 4 boxes. And then we're going to use one of these 3s to grab this grenade, although the grenade doesn't do anything for us anymore because grenades are basically a free 5 that you can throw down and do some damage with. But the vigilant hunters cannot be attacked with an odd number, so it's not really useful there. So yeah, I guess everything else I can do now is I can try to get this last syringe. So we'll do it with a 2 and a 3. We need a 3 for that. Actually, we're going to do it differently. We're going to do the 3 like this, and we're going to put the other 2 all the way over here, so we are ready to go and guns blazing when we have a good roll over there. And that's it. There's no more threats right now I have to worry about. I have pretty much everything unlocked other than these 2 syringes, so we're going to try to get these 2 syringes first. So how are we going to do that? We're going to do that with a 4. We're going to put a 4 right here. Going to give us this syringe, and then we're going to do a 6 and a 6. And then we have a 2 and a 3 that we do not care about, so we're just going to put them here, 2, 3. Let me double check. I have this syringe. I have this syringe. I have this one. I have this one. I have this one, this one. All right, so now it's just time to go into this room and try to take out one or, well, we have to take out both of them. We have to get this checkpoint over here, but I have to decide which one I want to try to get to first. And they're both going to be rough to get to, so I guess we'll see what kind of roll we get and let that be the determination. So I have 10 health, so I have to do this. So we have a lot of 6s. 6s are good, but can I make use of them? I can do a 2, 5. Oh, again, we forgot to do time. So time, I have 1 checkpoint, 2 checkpoint, 3, 4 checkpoints. So I forgot 2 checkpoints worth of time. I swear this time mechanic, I always forget. The highest value in all of them are 3s. So it's just an extra 12 time. So I have plenty of time left. I have not had to do one with a single 4. So 6s are good, but they're not good for the purposes of making a strong path unless we go downwards. Okay, that's what we're gonna do. Let's re-roll this 5 first and see what we get. Another 6. Not that great, but we can work with this. I guess that's what we're gonna have to do. We're gonna have to, I mean, I could just dump all these 6s. No, we're gonna just try to work with this. This is not optimal, but we're gonna use a 2. And we step room in the command center. That means we're gonna start with an extra black dice on the next round. Whoops. And that means these guys are now activated. So 6s are really bad and 4s are really bad. We're gonna use a 6, get to here. And that's gonna be a react check. So let's re-roll this. Let's roll this react check right now. 3s do not do any damage to me with vigilant hunters. I'm gonna re-roll this as part of my ammo. A 2, which is pretty good. We like the 2. That means we are going to put a 2 here. We are going to use one of these 6s to shoot from 2 spaces away. Is this how I wanted to do it? I actually don't love all these 6s now that I'm seeing it play out in front of me. It's fine. We are then just going to put a 6 here. And what does that do for us? That means we are going to get another react check. And we're going to finally use our dodge ability. We haven't done this yet. We're going to use our dodge ability to put another 6 down right here. Every time it misses, we can dodge. We're basically dodge rolling forward to get a little bit closer. So we're going to do a 6 there. We're going to dodge a little bit closer. And then we're going to put our last 6 right here. And going to put us in position to do some damage. Hopefully we can get all the damage out next turn. Actually, you know what? No. Forgot that it's only even, so we're going to use this last 6 for damage because I might get 5s and that's going to be messy then. Yep, so that's what we're doing. I don't think I cheated. I could go diagonal there. I couldn't go diagonal there. I could go there. So now all threats are activated. Let's see how good or bad this roll is. 6s are really bad. I'll take 5 damage on the next turn if a 6 gets rolled. The 6 did get rolled, and I don't have any ability to block. I'm just going to be taking 5 damage because both the Vigilant Hunters are going to activate, and because there's a 6, I take 1 more damage. So let's take down that 5 health. I might have to try to get that last health. Let's see how this works out first. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So one more round like this and I die. Actually, no, I have a whole nother row of health here, so never mind. I'm pretty safe. For some reason, I thought I had less health than I actually do, unless I somehow didn't mark that correctly. So we're good. I'm not really too worried anymore. So let's just see what we can do with what we have. We have a 2, a 3, and a 2. But we're gonna do this, I think. 3 and a 2. We're gonna go this way now. I'm gonna put a 3 here. We don't care about this key card, so we're gonna ignore that. Can't get this anymore. We're gonna put a 2 here. That is gonna be a react trigger. So let's see how that goes. That's a 4. I only get affected with 5s. We're gonna re-roll one of these with the ammo re-roll now. We got another 2. We are then going to put this 3. No, yeah, this 3 right here. And that's gonna be another react trigger. So it's a 1, I don't take damage. And we're gonna modify this 5 up to a 6 with my +1 on my movement. I have 2 6s to use, and that means I can attack this Vigilant Hunter twice with the 2 6s. And that means we're going to take out one of the Vigilant Hunters right now this turn. So threats are not too bad, and we're going to use this 2 now right here. Keep this connection going to this checkpoint and out to this doorway, and then this 5. We are just going to go diagonal all the way down here next to these. And I have a lot of syringes and stuff too that I, could be using that I'm forgetting to use, but we don't even need to use them, I don't think. Wow, that's a scary looking roll. That's not too bad for our purposes. All right, so we have a lot of 5s and a lot of 6s, so I'm going to be taking 3 more damage because we have 1 Vigilant Hunter left, and he's going to be doing 3 damage to me. 1, 2, 3. So we're going to use this 5 right away to just get this last health. So now technically have more health if we need it. We're not going to though. And then I have all these 6s to just do a lot of damage. So we're going to use 1 6 right away to shoot and take care of this guy. And then still have to go here. So let's reroll this 5 with my ammo and see if I can get a 1. I did get a 1, so that's going to give me a little bit of confidence to do this. And we'll put a 6 here. Oops, what I meant to do. We'll put a 6, which means I have to do a react check. It's a 1, so I take no damage. We're going to go diagonal down with this 6. Since this is a white space, I can go through it, I believe. It's not a dangerous space. It's not a blocked space. It's not something that I have to circle. So I can go diagonal. Again, if I'm playing that wrong, I mean, it wouldn't be too hard to just dump the 1 in here first, but I'm saving the 1 for the defense for this extra react check, which is a 5, which means I would take a damage. I'll use this 1 to prevent that damage. I'll use this 6 right here to shoot this guy. And then now it's just basically cleanup. I'll dump this last 6 right here. Sure. So now, yeah, all the threats are taken care of. I just have to kind of finish out the game. So we're going to do that pretty simply first. We're going to do a 3. We're going to dump the 3 in here. You know what? We're going to use this syringe to increase that by 2 to make it a 5. No, never. I can't be. Yeah, we're going to make it a 5. Sorry. Wait. So what did I do? I did this. We're going to put a 5 in here. We're going to use this syringe to make that a 5. The reason why we're doing that is so that we can get this one if we want it, which we're going to use. We're going to make this a 3. We're going to re-roll this 6. And we just need 2 1s. We didn't get that. So we're going to use one of the blue syringes to lower this down to a 1. And then we have 4, a 6, and a 6 to just use somewhere. We'll use it down here. 4, 6, 6. Because none of those numbers are helpful. So we need a 1. So again, we have another blue syringe that we haven't used. I forget what these are called. These are called focus boosters, which they you can use to increase or decrease a die. I have 3 of them. I'm using my second one right now to lower this to a 1, which means that I now have all of the commandeering, what's the word I'm looking for? Combination. I have a 3, a 1, a 1, and a 5. That's what I needed, a 3, a 1, and a 1, and a 5, or a 3, a 1, a 1, and a 5. I don't have to get them in a specific order. So now I just have to connect everything out. So we are going to use a 2 here, 3 here, and then that is going to, and then a 3 here. And that is going to let us connect this checkpoint. So coming from the doorway up here, 2, 1, 1, 2, 2, 2, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3, 2, 3, 3 to here. So if I was going for score, maybe the shortcut would make sense. I don't know. But that's going to be another 3 time. So we'll do 1, 2, 3. And then the 2 6s, we're just going to dump somewhere on the board. It doesn't really matter. And then we are going to re-roll. And then I have 2 and a 1. And that's going to let us exit 2, 1. And then now we get to leave through here from this checkpoint 3, 3, 2, 1. And that is it for this mission with Joseph Weaver. So let's just double check that I didn't forget anything. We've taken care of all the threats on the board. All of these were sequential. I did not miss any checkpoints, I do not believe. At the end of the game, there would be another 3 time added. So I would have a full time of 18. So I had a lot of time left to escape. I have the commandeering sequence in 3115. So as far as I can tell, unless I made some rules mistakes, this was a pretty clean win. I thought it would be a little bit harder than it actually was, but that's fine. Yeah, so that is that's the 4th and last mission type of the core. And now next time I'll just be moving on to a bunch of the random monthly stuff. I'll probably skip around and just do different heroes and different ships. Again, I know there's a request for me to do one of the harder missions, so I might skip to that next time just to see how that works out. But that is Dangerous Space. Overall, the game is enjoyable. I do have a whole write-up on my website about my thoughts. I guess I can go back to that. I do have a website, wakasm.com, that is always kind of in the works. I've been updating it more lately, but I did kind of have a whole review system going on. I gave it an 18.1 out of 30, so you can go check that out. Maybe I'll do a whole episode where I talk about this as opposed to reading it. But the way I rank things, I give things an overall enjoyment score. I rank their mechanics and innovation, their artwork, replayability, their rulebook, learning curve, and I give them some points based on their solo play and how frequently I've played them. They get some bonus points. I'm going to be trying to do this for all the games that I play, so if you are interested in my thoughts on games, you can go there. Very incomplete. Sometimes I do put placeholder reviews, so you can ignore that. But I can always do a video specifically talking about all this. But if you're interested in seeing my progress, that's where all this is put. It's just wakasm.com. You can go visit, say hello. I have that going on too. So yeah, that is this one. This is going to be turned into a success. And maybe I'll do, not Snoop, I think there's another character that was requested, so I'm going to do that one probably next. I think that one is also another Commandeer mission. Yep. I still think I like Dungeon Pages a little bit more than this, but I think also maybe the same ship over and over kind of makes things, I don't know, feel a little bit samey, whereas Dungeon Pages, all the different dungeons are different, but I can understand why they did it this way. But we'll see what happens. I will keep on doing this for a little bit longer. If you like it, give me a like, give me a subscribe. Please remember, I'm trying to hit my current goal of 100 subscribers. If I made any mistakes, let me know. I usually don't edit them out, but I usually do comments. Otherwise, please like, comment, subscribe, all that good YouTube-y stuff. I appreciate it. Thanks for watching. I am wakasm. I will see you next time.